Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. The only place where you can find everything about everything regarding video games. We're now closing out or getting close to the end of September 1982, so now's your chance to tell me which games we haven't seen yet. We were last playing Venture on our Atari 2600. Let's see what is next. We're still going to see releases on the Atari 2600. Let's play some Wabbit. That wascally Wabbit, starting with the box. Wabbit, I am not familiar with this one. This one is by Apollo, and we're not new to Apollo games. This is the 9th video game Apollo has published on our Atari VCS. This is also our 133rd game on the Atari VCS. So the library of the Atari is already 133 games strong. Should be popular enough by now, right? So this is obviously involving rabbits. Looks like we're throwing some eggs at rabbits. All right, I'll take it. Let's flip it over the back. You're a farmer trying to protect your crops. One field in particular is giving you trouble. It's surrounded by 10 holes from rabbits darting into your field, or wabbits darting into your field. Scare off the rabbits by throwing rotten eggs at them, and you can save your carrots. In a video game? Really? Okay. Let's see what the gameplay's like. So we also have the crummy version of the box and the reconstructed version of the box. So amazing. It does look like Dorothy chasing rabbits away. Change it to blue, maybe checkered instead of red checkered. So magazines would have had ads that look like this. This is for Apollo. You can see a lot of the games that we've already played here on the show. Space Cavern, Infiltrate, Shark Attack, Lost Luggage. Yeah, seen all of those. And you can get a deal on them here. You're going to see a lot of deals next year if you see 1983. Dealer displays would have had posters that look like this. They say it's only a game. Playing Wabbit? Yeah, I think it's only a game. We'll see when we pop in the cartridge. Here it is, the cartridge for Wabbit on your Atari VCS. It looks like a bargain bin game, already off the bat. It just looks like it's going to be. Can't judge the game yet by the cover. So here's the manual for Wabbit. How do we play this? It looks like we get 8 game variations for 1 or 2 players. It is alternate play. You can't play at the same time. Situation is you're a farmer named Billy Sue trying to protect your crops. One patch is giving you trouble. It's surrounded by 10 holes which wabbits dart into your field. Scare off the pesky creatures by throwing rotten eggs at them. They're in abundance this year and worth much less than country fresh carrots. So we're throwing rotten eggs at the rabbits, or wabbits. The score on the left depicts the number of carrots the wabbits have snatched and deposited in their wabbit holes. Current carrot count increases every time a wabbit gets back to its hole with one of the carrots. What a wacky idea for a video game. Your score increases every time you wallop a wabbit with a rotten egg. It's an exciting experience. So wait a second, this is a weird way to score. I'm going to have to see what the game is like when we are playing it. Did you understand that? The score is going to be taking away whenever you... Anyway, we'll see when we get there. All right, so it's 1 or 2 players. You want to take turns. You have difficulty switches to change how fast it looks like Billy Sue or your character moves. So we're playing this as a female protagonist. Not the first time we've seen it on the show. This is also made by a woman. The video game was made by a woman for programming. All of it, as far as I understand. So game select switches offer different variations that we'll see at the bottom. There's our controller. Only 1 joystick, 1 button. General play with an example of a screenshot there. Blasting the rabbits away. And then they break down the score again right here. Here it is. Every time you get 100 points, you'll cause the wabbits to lose 25 carrots from their current carrot count. Every time the rabbits steal 1, they get 1 point, and it keeps adding up until you get to 100 points, whacking them. If you do, then you take away from their score. So it's almost like you're playing a tug of war with the score. Very, very interesting. Haven't seen that with a game for a console. So there's our game variations. How many wabbits are coming after you? Looks like we have the child version with games 7 and 8, makes it a little easier for you. And then we have the rubric, yes, to know what exactly we can do with the game variations. Let's pop in that cartridge and play Wabbit by Van Mai, published by Apollo at sometime in September 1982. So let me get this straight. If we just take away the rabbits, like keep them from getting the carrots, then we eventually take away from their score too. So if you look down the bottom, right here by my shoulder, I'm kind of cutting it off. There it is. That is the rabbit score, and then over on the other side is our score. I'm going to start with game variation 1 and reset the console. Here we go. So I'm at the bottom, throwing rotten eggs at rabbits. Every time the rabbits steal a carrot, it increases their score. And you can see their score is going up significantly. They're at 45. I got to make more of these shots count. But every time they steal 1 and take it back, they get, gosh, yeah, they're relentless. Okay, take him away. You gotta get him before they get to the carrot. There we go. Because after they take the carrot, even if you hit them, they still get the carrot. They return back to their den. Yikes. So they already got 115 to 3. The whole score of the game is a complete tug of war. I wonder if the developer Van Mai lived on a farm and she just couldn't stand rabbits, so she decided to take the frustration out on a game where it almost feels like we can't win. But I am playing the default difficulty. We can change it up a little bit. Essentially, it feels like a fixed shooter. We're throwing eggs, but, you know, it's more cuddly and cutesy than a spaceship sci-fi game. There you go, 27 to 195. Yikes. It almost sounds like that sound effect, Jimmy. We'd have to compare them back to back to be sure. I mean, look at this. Look, they're even speeding up the rabbits are going so fast. Okay, I think I got him in a... Here we go. That's it. Oh, timing was off. No! Now the score's 24, and the rabbits have 295. Yikes, and they're even going faster. Look at this. I'm amazed at how quickly they're getting the rabbits to go across the screen. It does feel slightly unfair, at least on this game variation. Maybe we'll try the kids version and see it slow down a little bit. So as long as we keep hitting them... No! It's like in typical fashion for Space Invaders games. Oh my gosh, they're even going even faster. Whenever you fire a shot, you only get one shot at a time. So it's move left, right, and fire. So I have to wait my turn or until the egg collides with something to make a hit. Good night. I can't believe how quickly they're coming across. Gosh. You're not taking that last carrot. But, I mean, look how... It seems so... It seems almost inevitable. They're going to take all the carrots no matter what. That's a good point. For Atari VCS, the graphics are very well done. The perspective is kind of a pseudo 3D, more like a diagonal down perspective. And in a way, it slightly reminds me of a game we haven't seen yet, Donkey Kong 3 in the arcades. You know, I'm down at the bottom moving left and right and firing up, or throwing eggs in this case up. But we're not going to see that for a while until sometime in 1983. We don't know what that is. Right now there's just Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr., and that's it. And we're happy with that. And it's going to keep going. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to win. Especially if the rabbits get faster and faster. All right, let's change to game variation 7. So I'm going to go switch our games to 7, and now go. Okay, there we go. You got one rabbit, one at a time, and they can pop from any one of the 10 holes. So we're playing on the kids version, or one of the kids version of the games, of how many rabbits. So you can see they slowed the rabbits down. It also is how many rabbits are going to pop out at once, so you can change that too. The way that this is scored, though, is original. It's not every time I hit a rabbit, I'm going to get a point. You're actually competing against the rabbits for score. And it turns into a tug of war. So very, very, very interesting. All right, there you go. So that's Rabbit on the Atari VCS. I got to tell you, it's around the average range of the games we've seen so far because of the interesting score mechanic, something we haven't seen other video games do. It's pretty good. 4 from Obsidian Arcade. I'm already seeing it from the chat. Chipton already saying 4 for all the games you could play right now on a home console. Bardo Man's not impressed. 2.5 stars, and then Brian Stein's still around average. So I gotta say, if you think of fixed shooters, moving left and right and firing, it's pretty average when you think of console games. Hunter's even saying 3.5. Yeah, that's true. It's doing it very well. We've seen better titles by Apollo that allow you to shoot, but they're doing a sci-fi theme, so it depends on what theme would work for you or not work for you. I wouldn't call this an excellent title for the games you could play right now on home consoles, or very well done. So I'm thinking still around average for all the titles you could play right now. It's essentially just a fixed shooter, but it is aesthetically pleasing, and it's a different theme rather than just normal sci-fi, ships blowing up. So I'll say 3 stars of all the games right now you can play on a home console. This will be a bargain bin game. I can definitely see a quick pick up and play, but it is a fun score attack game. That's true. Yeah, you give it enough time, Chiptune, and then we won't see Apollo ever again. That's right. All right, after Wabbit, let's see what's next. It's time to go back to the United Kingdom to play on our Sinclair ZX81. This is Warlord. So the Warlord's the first release of this title, and this one is another one by Lothlorien. We've already seen another one that was called Tyrant of Athens, and this is the other one that possibly came out, either Warlord or Tyrant of Athens. One of those two came out first. They're close to the tie of the front of it. But you can see here on the ZX81, there is no graphics. All you have is text to play. But this is not the version of Warlord we are going to play. We are going to play the Dragon 32 version of Warlord. This is not the version we're going to play either. Warlord was released on 3 different home computers. The Dragon 32 version looks essentially the same. And it's, honestly, the front of the box is really close to what it looked like for Tyrant of Athens as well. The cassette case, and there's the cassette for Warlord. But we're not going to play this one either. Essentially, if you play any Warlord version, you're going to play every Warlord version, unless you want more graphics. You play in the Dragon 32 or the release of Warlord on the ZX Spectrum. This is the one we are going to pop in and play. They're all strategy titles, so you kind of get the feel of what the experience would be like. Let's take a look at the box. So here's the cassette case for Warlord. They just slap a different sticker on it, whether it's ZX Spectrum, ZX81, or Dragon 32. We're playing and seeing everything. We also have, besides the box, we have the cassette tape we're going to pop in our ZX Spectrum to play it. And then, okay, there you go. That's all we have for that. Let's pop in and play some Warlord. This is by, again, MC Lothlorien at sometime in September 1982. This should not be confused with Warlords, which we saw in the arcade in May 1981, or on the Atari in August 1981. This is not that game. And with all those computers that we saw, there's one other version on the Tangerine Auric that's going to be in 1983. So maybe, just maybe, we'll see that version in 1983. All right, what level of play do we want? Let's do 1. This is going to play out like the other Sumer variants that we played, like Hammurabi, Tyrants of Athens, Viking, a few other ones that we've seen. You're just making decisions based on being a warlord in, I believe it's the Kamakura period in Japan. So as far as lore goes, this is one of the first times we can play in classical Japan, which is kind of nice. And you're making the decisions based on your kingdom to see if you are a really good warlord. So cool idea. So here we go, train troops, build ships. Let's do training some troops first. How many troops are you going to train? Let's go 100. Train 100 troops. All right, let's select build ships. How many ships do you want to build? Let's do 20. And everything we see here, the graphics or the character set they're using is only on the Dragon 32 and the ZX Spectrum. If you play this on the ZX81, you don't have any like ship symbols up there. All right, we build some ships. Let's hire some samurai. We have a samurai for hire. There's one. Yes, it is random. I've done the playtest, and sometimes the samurai are there to hire, but sometimes they're not. All right, so next let's attack some pirates, import food. Let's import some food first. How much are we going to import? Let's go with 900. We're going to need a lot of food. All right, and we don't want to export anything. We can make a raid, or we can hire mercenaries. Let's hire mercenaries. Yes. How many do we want to hire? Let's hire 30. Do we have enough money for it? Nice. You can see the year is 1201, the beginning of the Kamakura period in Japan. Now, let's attack some pirates. Oh, no ships available. Did I not buy any ships? I did build ships, I thought. Let's build some more. Oh, okay. The option is no longer available on this turn. Okay, so let's make a raid then. Select your target. I don't know my target. Are they going to give me an option? Okay, our target is food, slaves, or gold. Let's go with gold. More money. Okay, how many troops do we want to send? We got 193. Let's send 190 troops. And we can do a status report or hit X to proceed. Have you made all your decisions? Hit X to progress or any other key to return. In other words, are you sure you want to do that turn? Yes. You have 2,546 workers available. And then our grade A land will cultivate. Oh, okay, so we can pick how much we wanted to use. Let's go with 800. Cultivate more land. How much grade B land will you cultivate? Let's go with... Okay, we're splitting up our workers, basically, to work the land. Let's do 1,500. Notice that this one's a wider breadth of options compared to Tyrant of Athens. And I'm comparing it to that because it's just so close when they were released. But this one's allowing more options involving, like, a construction management. As far as being a warlord, you're doing a lot more. determining where you want to grow crops. So do you want to make any changes? No major changes. Let's go. An army from Hyogo, 1,481 men is attacking your village. Do you want to fight? So how many men do we got? Yikes, they have more men than us. So I'm just going to throw caution in the wind and say, yes, we want to fight. Hyogo, how many troops do you want to send? They got 1,481. Our troops better be good. Can we send our samurai? It looks like we can. Okay, so let's send everybody. Obviously a terrible, terrible decision, but whenever you play these kinds of games, you're going to play it over and over again and end up deciding which decisions are the good ones and which ones are the bad ones. Here you go. Everyone's going in. And this is the other thing you get on the ZX Spectrum and the Dragon 32, the graphic of the fight. There's all the troops lining up, and you do have to wait for everybody to line up. And there is no skipping. You have to watch the battle ensue. Everyone's coming. And it's going to play out very similar to the way Tyrant of Athens did. The archers are going. Uh-oh, they're wiping most of us out. We're the black units on the bottom, I believe. And they're using the internal speaker of the ZX Spectrum. And then our archers are going to take them out. But all this is fairly random, depending on your stats. But they're doing more animation than they did when we played Tyrant of Athens, or some of the other ones, too, that we played that were Sumer variants. And we're victorious! Oh, that's great! We saved the village! Every time I played Tyrant of Athens on playtests and Warlords on playtest, I died every single time. So a victory on a live stream is awesome. And then I guess this is the village. I've never even seen this screen before. It's oh, this is the next scene? So I'm not controlling any of this. All this is just playing out by itself. And now we're on the land. Yes, we're going in and taking everybody out. Love it. I just love being a warlord. Look, they're running away. Your raid has failed. Only half your party returns. Okay, so the raid that we wanted to do, remember in the options we could choose to do a raid? That was the second screen. So the first was defending the village, and then the second one was the... look at this, they even have a picture of Tokyo and the ships going safely to port. So it's acting out all the things I wanted to do on this turn. Getting the mercenaries, how much they cost, and then here's our harvest. So all the decisions we made on the first turn, it's graphically showing us all the things that are happening. So cool. Okay, so now it's the year 1202. That was a whole year. And now we're moving on to the next turn and the next set of decisions. Yes, no Godzilla yet. In Kamakura era Japan, I don't believe... Godzilla must have been a baby right now. All right, so that's Warlord. Of all the games of this kind of caliber, this strategy-style game, you can see all the presentation, though, is a notch above some of the other ones we've seen. Now, still, I wouldn't say these are some of the best games you could play on home computers. I mean, the majority of these, like Viking and the other Sumer variants, are usually around 3 stars. Pretty average, if you think of computer games. I'm looking over there for ratings, but I've seen hundredth around at 4 stars. You have very good quality sim. Curtis is saying 3, around average as well. I'd say this is around the same level as, like, Viking. Maybe even a little bit better. Charlie's saying more than that. Yeah, so still... Yeah, that's true. The battles are random, and that's why I would say it's a notch below some of the other titles we've seen that for strategy games. But you got to admit, the enticement of being a warlord and the presentation of this game kind of ranks it up a notch. So I'm going to say 3.5 stars of all the games you could play right now on home computers. And by the way, that's going to go for all the versions, maybe even a little less for the ZX Spectrum, because without as much graphic quality, you're just making the decisions and it plays out. But you might like that because you don't have to wait for all the your players to enact the war. Yeah. All right, so let's see what our next title is. It's time to play Dunzhin, Warriors of Roz Volume 1, now on PC Booter. Let's check it out. So this one is a game we've already played before, and Warriors of Roz we've already seen on the TRS-80 in March 1982, and then also the sequel, Kyiv, in July 1982, and this was all on the TRS-80. We've also played the first one, this one, on the Apple II in September. So this game we've already seen. This is the first time we've ever seen this come to PC Booter, and this is the only Warriors of Roz game of the trilogy to show up on PC Booter. The box looks pretty similar to what the ones we've seen before, but you can see at the bottom left the stickers for Apple and IBM PC disc versions. So if you have a self-bootable disc for your IBM, you could be able to play Warriors of Roz. So cool. Let's flip it over the back. There we go. Now this box, I think we saw this already, but it was for another computer, and it was supposed to be the IBM PC version, because this one's supposed to be big. This one's different than the other Dunzhins on TRS-80 and Apple II. You leave the real world behind when you enter Dunzhin, the first of the Warriors of Roz series of role-playing games. And if you look down the bottom, we need 48K to play this. It's only a one-player game. Age group says 10 and up, so if you want to use ESRB ratings, you could. And it's available on a few other different systems. We haven't seen those yet. Only thing we've seen so far is the TRS-80, the Apple II, and here we go on PC Booter. Now, we say MS-DOS or PC-DOS or PC Booter, that whole gamut is all right here. This, ladies and gentlemen, is our 104th game for MS-DOS or PC-DOS or PC Booter. All right, so we also have a few other bits of artwork for Dunzhin. I mean, look at the front of the box. The chest is waxed. It's time to play some role-playing games. And some roguelike games. And then here's one of the ads you would have seen in magazines for the time. The original was done by Randall Don Masterler. Way to go, Randall. With an example of the screenshot. And we do also have the manual. And we've seen this one, I believe, before. Since it's role-playing, expect lots and lots of lore. Before starting, please note that the spelling of Dunzhin is given intentionally different. The dungeon you're about to play is so different from any other you may have seen in the past that it wasn't right to use the same spelling. That's right, because it's a roguelike. Everything's randomized. The level's randomized. There is permadeath. And this one marks our 16th roguelike we've played here on the show. And for role-playing games, we're almost up to 70 role-playing games we've played so far since the beginning. That's a lot of role-playing. And you see the rules of the game and principles, objectives of the game. The movement of this one is a little bit better than the other versions on the Apple and the TRS-80. They actually explain everything on the main screen to move around. And then the mapping is auto going to generate the map as you move from place to place. And then they also break down the fog. Like every now and then there'll be areas that'll be fogged in. You have battles that take place. The battles are extremely random, but you do get options of where you want to attack, how you want to run. So there's lots of options, but it's also highly randomized. Oh, that's true. And we're going to see the third entry of the Warriors of Roz before we finish 1982. I believe on the TRS-80. And then we have 18 different types of monsters in the Dunzhin. They're invited into 3 broad categories based on nastiness. 6 low, 6 medium, 6 high. And you can see there's an appendix at the end of this for all of those. You have every monster you defeat by fighting gives you experience. This increases on a ratio of how good you are and how good the collective opposition is. If you're a 10th level warrior, which is pretty darn good, and you defeat a lowly skeleton, you'll receive virtually no experience. When you finally accumulate enough experience to move up a level, you're told so, and all your statistics are reconfigured. So it automatically levels you up. You don't have to go anywhere different like you do in Ultima 2. You can also save the game anywhere you want. Dunzhin is fun and interesting, but it's never easy. No, most roguelikes are not easy. And then over here in the appendix, they're breaking down all the enemies we're going to fight. Ghouls, zombies, skeletons, dwarves, elves, harpies, gargoyles. Look, they even have artwork in the manual. Love it. Ogres, warriors, low and medium level, goblins, griffins, wyverns. Nice. Oh, I love the artwork in the manual. Trolls, minotaurs. It doesn't really, it must be a troll over on the right side. And then cave bears. And there we are. Oh man, yes. The Conan the Barbarian heavily influenced us. And then they have a little table here where you can write down when you reach a certain experience point level. Very nice. So cool. That's right, Errol. That's how we're going to be attacking. All right, it's time to pop it and play Warriors of Roz, Volume 1, Dunzhin for PC Booter. At sometime in September 1982. I've already given a quick spiel on roguelikes, because roguelikes based on Rogue, which originated in mainframe computers around 1980. But we've seen before. The very first one we ever saw was Beneath Apple Manor in July of 1978. And then after that, we saw games like Fracas, and then The Valley, Dragons and Treasure on the VIC-20. The incredible Sword of Far Goal on the VIC-20. The game Telengard was one of the more recent ones that we've seen. And then, of course, these, Warriors of Roz. Look at that. We got music. The other ones, we didn't have a beat. It's breaking down everyone that's involved with creating this game. The 8088, very nice. Yeah, they are, right? And it has a voice. Did you see that? You want to switch to a color or monochrome monitor? No, we don't want to go monochrome. We're going color. Do you wish to play a saved game? No. Do you want to use a saved character? No. We're going to start brand new. A new Warrior of Roz character will be created for you to take into the dungeon. All right, we're going to start with Chronos going in. Welcome to the dungeon. Your task is to obtain a certain item, the Evil Rod of Hydus. Did you see that? It talked to us. The other versions did not have that. Okay, so we can use the cursor keys to move around, which is awesome on the IBM PC, but you do have some less chance of randomness. So you get better odds if you actually do the commands like from TRS-80. So if I use the cursor keys to move, there's more of a chance I'm going to run into bad stuff. But if I say east, 1 and move 1 space, just like we did the commands from before, then you get better odds. A faint voice says, "I like you." Maybe we're favored by something. All right, let's keep going east. You can see we're going here, and then let's go ahead and go north 1. And you see it's drawing or creating the dungeon, and all this is random. Okay, we got 3 ghouls that showed up. It's going to ask us what we want to do. Let's fight these guys. I'm going to do fight, and now we can decide where we want to hit them. If it's ghouls, let's try hitting them in the abdomen. You're going to go for the abdomen. Hit any key when you feel lucky. Hit with a force of 2, they stop it, so it is negated. They got 0 points. All right, let's try hitting the right leg then. And we missed, so that one didn't work. He's going for our head, and he missed. All right, looking good so far. So this is the way the battles play out. Let's go ahead and hit the right arm, and it's almost like we're actually rolling the dice when it says feeling lucky. So we missed, and they missed. All right, let's go for the chest then. And go. 2 hits of force, and they stop us with 3, so 0 points. No damage on the ghoul. He's going for our right arm. We got 1 point, but we stopped that region. You have 2 points left overall. All right, we're doing all right, so now let's go for the left leg. And go. 5 points of force. Oh, yeah. Ghoul is defeated, and you got him. It sounds like one of the chipmunks that's giving us the instruction. Okay, so next instruction is we got 1 ghoul down. Let's go ahead and fight the other ones. And let's go for the head. Come on. Oh, missed him. He's going for our head, and he missed. All right, let's do left leg again. Yes, force of 6. Nice. So we got the weak spot, and the ghoul's defeated. We're not done yet, though. The last ghoul's here. Let's try the left leg again. Fighting left leg. And only force of 2 this time. He stops, but he still got hurt. So he took 1 point of damage. He's not defeated yet. Hits our abdomen. Oh, we're still alive, but we got hit pretty hard. Let's try left leg again. Nice. Force of 10 on the left leg. And we got him. I wonder... Congratulations, and we made level 2. So there you go. A really lucky first try for here on the channel. Most of the time we die pretty quick. All right, let's go ahead and go north. And it's going to draw our world. And bear in mind, Epic's version of Rogue is not even out yet. What we're playing right now, doesn't it look like we're playing Rogue? At least what it looks like. Oh, it says, aren't you taking a chance to go north? Yeah, I'm taking a chance. All right, let's go right. Floor is slippery here. Oh, there's a quick time. There's also quick time events. You have to be fast. So if it says something like move out of the way or something's going to fall, you better push the button on your keyboard really quick before you, as fast as possible. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the right. We've encountered 1 ghoul. Oh, we got this guy. Fight him. Their weak spot's got to be left leg, right? Oh, force of 3. Okay, we hit him with 2 then, but the ghoul isn't defeated, so he had 2 damage. Going for our abdomen, and he missed. All right, left leg again. Oh, only force of 1. He's going to stop that one. Yeah. So you can see how much how much randomness is here, but lots of options for the randomness. All right, let's go left leg again. Sweep the leg. Yes, force of 10. That's the way to do it. Well, we know how to take out ghouls. And the ghoul had no treasure, checking for advancement. And we now made level 3. There you go. Just by fighting a couple ghouls, we're doing pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and head east. I'm going to do 2 steps. And let's do the cursor keys, which is so much easier than the TRS-80 and Apple II. We had to do all commands for those. All right, let's head north again. Keep making our way up here. Uh-oh, we got 1 elf We haven't fought these guys yet. So now it's giving us lots of options again. We can fight, hide, run. And by the way, all the commands are showing up on the screen, which is another a quality improvement based on the other versions so far. This one is a very well done one. All right, let's do fight. And if it's an elf, I guess we should try head. Let's do head. Oh, missed. He's going for the chest. He missed. We have a giant chest. How can he miss our chest? All right, do we do left? Let's do left leg again. Sweep the leg. Yes, 12 force. And the elf is down. Sweeping the leg is the way to go. 18 gold from the elf. And we made level 4. Wow. I can't describe to you the luckiness of this time we're playing. I was expecting to use more people from the live chat for this game. Because I thought everyone was gonna die. Like whenever we played Telengard. All right, so here we go. Instructions. Let's go ahead and fight. And do it again. Left leg. Hit him. Oh, we missed. I can't believe it. Okay, he's going for our chest. And he missed. All right, let's do it again. Left leg. Oh, it's not working anymore. I guess we can't sweep the leg. But this is something else. Let's try head. Missed. He's going for the chest. Yeah, isn't that interesting? They did the speech for only this version, at least so far. So the other ones on TRS-80 and Apple II did not have speech. And also the sequel on the TRS-80 did not either. All right, let's try it again. Come on, left leg. Darn, I missed again. All right, let's try chest. There we go. Force of 10. Yes. We got it. So it was a warrior. So hitting the warrior in the chest is the way to go. All right, let's do it again. Fight him and chest. Come on. Oh, we missed that time. Darn. That's right, Chiptune. That's right. All right, let's do it again. Chest. Force of 11. That's the way to do it. Come on, he's got to be defeated. Yes. Got the warrior down. 33 gold pieces. Checking for advancement. And we're made level 5. Wow. What a good run. Man, this is such a good run. Now I want to save and keep going after the show. It's awesome. That's really fun. All right, so obviously we had much better luck than we did with most roguelikes that we've seen here on the show. But I got to tell you, of all the games so far on home computers, the other ones by Warriors of Ra series, I was saying they're above average, but this one's a notch above. I'm thinking of going, because we said Sword of Far Goal, one of the best roguelikes so far. It's 4.5 stars. Fracas is still up there as one of the best. I still say around 5 for everything you can play right now. But this one's very good. The reason I wouldn't say still in the range of one of the best you could play is because of that randomness. Because this was a good run, but every other playtest was dying all the time, like in Telengard. So I'd still say 4 stars of everything so far. Looking in the chat, yeah, mainly seeing 4 as well. Obsidian Arcade's bringing it down with 3.5 stars. And then I see some 4s, and then a 4.5 from Charlie. Oh, yes. Oh, in this genre, if you love it, Errol, I understand. Bringing it up to 4.5 stars. Well, I'll say 4 stars of everything so far you could play on a home computer. That is awesome. So much fun. That's true, Curtis. It is better odds than that. And Telengard here on the show, we rated it 3 stars. Fairly average for all the games so far on home computers. All right, it's time to put our video game playing on pause and roguelike or dungeon crawl another day. Be sure to check out next episode. Serious Software brings us a far-out computer game. And we got to find some black gold or Texas tea. That's it for today. And like I always say, it's not really permadeath until you turn off the game. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.